Okay. Hey guys, how are you? My live's not coming up yet. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So, wanted to do a live today, and the main focus is going to be getting advisors, agents, understanding how important lead generation is for their own business. Okay, that doesn't mean I'm not going to be taking on questions with respect to, perhaps you've got a question about real estate. I'd be happy to answer that. If you've got a question around, for instance, your personal investments, I'll be happy to answer. If you've got questions around something along the lines of understanding how how and when, about the market or anything there, I'll answer that as well, okay? But I wanted to do one for the agents today. It's going to be more focused around lead generation and perhaps giving you simple advice that I wish that I had as in my younger days, right? So that would have helped me along. So this is something I learned at Keller Williams. What's Keller Williams? Keller Williams is one of the largest real estate organization in the world. Okay, they have. Last time I checked, Keller Williams had internationally. I'm going to give you a quick number. They have about 190,000 associates around the world. Okay, so with 190,000 associates around the world performing successfully for themselves, and they run on a franchise model, but at the end of the day, you've got to understand they've got good systems in place, so on and so forth. So as a realtor, as a real estate agent, one of the main things that they're always focused on is to remind people that your number one business is lead generation. You are in the business of lead generation. You're not in the business of real estate, because the real estate kind of automatically happens on itself. Real estate sometimes is so simple. It's kind of like one of those basic needs, right? Clothes, food, and shelter, right? So it's kind of like sells on its own. Deals closed kind of on their own, right? Obviously, you need expertise to carry transactions, people skills, expertise, and so on and so forth. But your main role as a business person, as an agent, is to make sure that you're generating enough leads coming through to you of clients and customers who will then actually engage with you so that you can service them, so on and so forth. However, what a lot of people, a lot of realtors do is they live in the now, which is a great skill to do. Living in the now is kind of like, what can I eat today? Where can I go today? Where can I shop today? So on and so forth, which is good. But if you start thinking a little bit beyond the now, you're gonna start understanding that if you think only about the deals that you're going to be working on today, but your deal cycle takes 2 months to close or 1 month to close, then you should have done tons of work before for you to be able to close deals every day. And a lot of agents tend to forget that. So if they get one deal in the pipeline, they put all their focus on that one deal, and they kind of sometimes forget all the other deals. So all I'm saying is try to focus on all the other aspects of your business as well, right? So the marketing, building your brand, lead generation, bringing more clients to yourself, so on and so forth. Okay. Let's take a quick question. Mohammed Fazal. Assalamu alaikum, sir. Fahad. I am from Pakistan by profession. I am a realtor. Okay, that's good. You're a realtor. And want to start my career in Dubai as a realtor. Kindly guide me how to start, how to get a RERA certificate. Okay, Mohammed Fazal. Look, it's not going to be super challenging. So let's take his question and we'll come back to lead generation. Okay, so if you guys have questions as well, you can ask me on YouTube or Instagram and I will answer. Do we have the question over here? Can we do? Sorry guys, we don't do the questions yet on Instagram. Okay, good. The question. Oh, I can see the live on my phone. Shall we set it up? Just give me a second then. Okay, I'm gonna try and see the live on my phone as well, guys. Gotta download Instagram. All right. Not that I don't love you guys. Just have to download Instagram very quickly so I can see you guys. Fazal, hang in there. Gonna be answering your question just right now, okay? Actually, I've already answered your question. in one of my earlier videos on what kind of company you should be choosing, how you should be starting, and so on and so forth. Okay, so let's go to Instagram, and then so that I'll have access to both. Yeah, that way. So where do I go live? Okay, it's okay. So I have it here. Where? How do I get to my live here? How do I get to my live, guys? Sorry, guys. Just trying to figure out technology over here. Okay, I'm live. We'll use your phone for. Whose phone is this? Somebody's phone. Somebody from the team. Okay, we'll use their phone for now. Okay. All right, Fazal. So there is it's a couple of good things. Okay, so you've already got business in. You've already got some experience in Pakistan, so you understand real estate. You've already worked in Pakistan as an agent, so you understand how to sell real estate, talk about real estate, so on and so forth. Okay, here's the deal. Coming into Dubai, I've made a video. What you should do is you should at least save about 6 months worth of money. You should understand that Dubai is moving toward being a more professional environment, which means that you're going to have to be really professional. Choose a good company. Okay, choose a good company. Have at least 6 months of the. Try to choose a good company, and then try to make sure that they do your visa and everything, so that you can get a driving license if you don't have one. Okay. Most important thing is you should have at least 6 months of money saved up, because generally speaking, while we pay our agents and advisors, but we're picky about who we choose. Generally speaking, most companies will pay you next to nothing, but will still expect you to actually work for them, and then commissions are generally split 50-50. Okay, but if you don't have that 6 months cushion, expect 1 month to at least close a rental, 3 months to close a deal if you know what you're doing and you're joining a good company. If you don't have that cushion for 6 months, you're going to struggle and you're going to get stressed out. Okay, so bring more money with you, and then move in with a good company. Get your visa. Your residence visa in Dubai should be done in first month, so you're gonna have to pay for your driving license. Without driving license, you can't be successful. It's challenging. I've seen people succeed in Dubai without that, but it's going to be challenging to be a successful driver agent, right? Without a car. What is the percentage for people to buy a property in Dubai? Local, resident, extranjero? What is the percentage of people? So this is a question from YouTube. I think you're trying to ask me like how many people buy a property from various places. It's a mixture, okay? We've got local people buying, international people buying, so on and so forth, okay? So I'll answer more questions. Just keep them coming. I'm happy to answer, okay, guys? So I'm both on Instagram and on YouTube live right now. So if you have questions, send them in, guys. Send them in. Okay, cool. Okay, Mohammed Fazal, thank you very much. Say Bismillah, make istikhara, come down to Dubai. So guys, coming back to lead generation, your main job is to every day look for more leads or clients or people that you can add to your database, okay? Did we have a question? Do we have a question, you said? Okay. Hizzy, Assalamu alaikum, my brother works as a property consultant for one global real estate in Dubai. He's new to real estate. Is this a good company, and what do you advise him to do well? Okay. Hizzy, look, is this a good real estate company? I don't know the company, so I can't really comment on the company per se. But it's very easy for you to figure out, are they a good company, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you something, okay? It's not about the size of the company, because a lot of people, this is something you guys have to watch out for, okay? A lot of large investors come to Dubai, and then they see that, oh, well, if I'm investing 10 million dirhams, there's commissions to be made that the agents take. But they're property investors. So all of a sudden they become real estate brokerage owners overnight. They're like, okay, this makes sense. They should open a real estate brokerage. Ginu Suter, hello. Hi, Ginu. Okay, yeah. Hi, good to see you, Ginu. Okay, nice to see you. So what they do is they start a real estate brokerage company. Now they've got a million, 2 million, 3 million, and they're expecting to make money. So they go out, they hire a few people, hire a manager who's an agent who's been in the business for 2, 3 years, who tells them they can run a company. And now all of a sudden they start hiring agents, right? This does not make a good company, but it doesn't necessarily make a bad company as well. You've got to judge each apple, each orange on its own merit, right? So what's a good company and what's a good sign? A good company, in my personal opinion, is being run by somebody who has professional experience in the real estate industry, number one, or hires a professional CEO or a manager who's got experience in the real estate industry, and they're taking a very professional approach to real estate, yeah? If they're taking a professional approach to how real estate needs to be done, they're treating their agents or advisors with respect, giving them the necessary sales training, giving them the necessary experience, giving them the necessary cushion, giving them the necessary tools. That's a good company. That looks like what a good company would be like, right? Does that make sense? Okay, cool, cool, cool. So coming back to lead generation, guys, listen. Your job is to actually generate clients that you add to your database, then you market to them in a very professionally organized fashion on a regular basis, so that the end result is that people will remember you at the forefront of their head when the need for real estate comes up. That's as simple as that. If you take care of that really, really well, at the end of the day, you're gonna be super okay, okay? Let's come to some of the questions, okay? So Sharifullah, he has a question. Nice video, full of information about real estate. My question, please give me a reply. How to get inventory from owners? What is the technique or method by which inventory can be obtained? Okay, so what he's talking about is he's talking about how can he get inventory from owners so that he can actually list it and then he can sell it, so on and so forth. Okay, guys, listen. First of all, when you're starting out in the real estate industry, you have to decide that you're a real estate agent, a real estate broker, or a realtor, okay? And you wear that proudly as a badge of honor, okay? So the first thing you do is you go to all your social media accounts and you announce to the world, I'm a real estate agent, real estate owner, okay? And then you start seeking to become an expert in the industry, in the field, start learning, okay? What you're doing is, as you're announcing to the world that you're a real estate agent or a realtor, you're also at the same time announcing to the world, so you're branding yourself, you're also gaining or trying to gain as much expertise as possible, which means you're learning in a good environment. Okay, Akib, I see your question. I'm going to come to it. Just give me one moment. Okay, I see your question on Instagram. So what you need to do is you've got to build your brand. Now you just announce yourself on social media, etc., etc. Now you start getting more expertise. Now, if you're seeking inventory from sellers, ideally speaking, if you're a new realtor or real estate agent, what's going to happen is, ideally speaking, you should be seeking inventory from one place, from one area. Why? Simple. When you go and talk to a person who's selling a real estate property, villa, townhouse, or an apartment, he's going to want to know that you're an expert and will be able to sell his property. So if you have information about how many apartments have sold, all that information available online, if you already sold some apartments there a few months ago, a few weeks ago, a few days ago, he's going to respect you more. If you've not done all of that, but you're specializing in that area, he's going to respect you more. You can have a more concrete conversation with that expert. So while you build your brand, and you can build your brand, let's say you can say, I'm an Al Barari specialist, or you can say, I'm a Dubai Sports City specialist, or I'm a Palm Jumeirah specialist, or I'm a Dubai, did I say Sports City already? Sports City specialist, so on and so forth, right? While you're building your brand and you're gaining expertise, now you're also going and talking to actual sellers, okay? How do you find some sellers? Here's the kicker. Remember the first part of this video where I talked about lead generation being a very, very crucial thing? So there's many ways of lead generation, okay? Just go online and put down lead generation as an agent, okay? So I'll just give you a few ideas. You can go to Instagram, Facebook, Don't use TikTok. If you want, use TikTok. Actually, who am I to tell you not to use TikTok? Use TikTok. Because there are realtors who've done very well on TikTok as well. What's the other one? LinkedIn, okay? Use any of the social media platforms. My suggestion is choose any of the social media platforms, but choose one to develop your reputation in, okay? So what do I mean by to develop your reputation in? Very, very simple. Basically, what you end up doing is you start telling the world that you are an expert in Al-Barari. What do? Look at what other agents are doing, okay? Go to Al-Barari, go to the farm, go and sit in the green, go and hide in the bushes, you know, catch a cat, release a cat, don't harm the cat, right? And what you end up doing is tell the world that you're an Al-Barari, you're ready to serve, okay? Now, either of one or two things are going to happen. You're going to start networking and interacting with sellers or agents who work in that area. Speak to some agents. Sometimes agents are so busy, they're senior agents, they don't have time to work on a listing, but they would happily let you work on the listing if they trust you, okay? Take that listing from them, work with them in trust, and put it out there. All you need is 1 or 2 or 3 listings, and then you're going to start seeing a flood of listings coming to you, right? Because as you work in that area, and you're working on one seller's listing, and they see that you're professional, what's going to end up happening is other people are going to start coming to you, or they will start giving you other people as well. So this is just, social media is just one way, okay? You can advertise there. You can go and speak to the master community, do an open house in one villa, speak to a friend. Can I do an open house on your villa, right? Any new people who come there, tell them like, I'll help you sell that villa, take no commission from you, but any new sellers that come in, can I keep the listings from them? Or even on the new sellers that come, I'll give you 20% of the listings. Like, you know, become creative. Guys, listen, it's not very difficult. I personally think, bless you, we just don't put in the work, right? Like, look at me, right? Look at me, okay? How fit do I look? Can I become extremely super fit, right? Can I become Arnold Schwarzenegger level fit? Yes. Maybe not Arnold Schwarzenegger, plus who wants to be like him? He's old now, right? But can I become super, super fit? Yeah. If I came to you and asked you, all you would do is tell me, look, watch out what you're eating, go to the gym or do something extraneous every day, like exercise. And, you know, these are the 2 things you need to absolutely just do. So as a real estate agent, I got to ask this question. Sharifullah, what time do you start work? Right? If you tell me that you start work at 11, forget about it. This question makes no sense to me. Start work early, do the things that I said, you'll start getting listings, create your brand, you get one listing after another, and you will go forward, all right? Okay, Akib had that question. Several companies don't work A to A. That means an agent to agent agreement. Sometimes we have clients but don't have inventory. How to make other agents work on agent to agent? Okay, Akib, this is a good question, and it's not a question unknown to me, because a lot of young agents face this problem, okay? So I've seen 2 extremes, okay? So first of all, you've got to go into this with a mindset that the agents are your friends, okay? Agents are your allies. Number 2, you've got to be super ethical. Guys, listen, the reason agents are not working with other agents is because agents sometimes turn out not to be ethical. And I'm going to say that there's only 5% of the bad agents out there. Most agents, 95% of the time, are super ethical, super nice. You can trust them, okay? It's the 5% that's giving everybody else a bad name. So now what you need to do is, first you've got to decide, agents are my allies. I'm going to work with them. Number 2, I'm going to fully give them my trust and earn their trust, which means that you're not going to do anything behind their back, okay? How do you do this? First of all, and also the other thing is sometimes agents don't work with other agents who don't have a genuine solid client, okay? So when I call an agent, and I still do that for my clients, or you know, some of my advisors when they're working on their clients, my advisors might sometimes come up with the same problem, and they'll come to me, right? I just become relentless. And I go at the agent in a professional way and I explain to them, listen, I have a certain client. They are VIP clients with me. They're not going to call you, or they've sent me the actual listing, which has your number, but they chose not to call you, but they're calling me. This is one way, okay? Sometimes you don't have a VIP client. Sometimes he's not signed up with you. Still, go through all the agents, right? There might be 20 agents listing in a certain area, call all of them. Out of that, maybe 5 will not work with you. The rest 10 will work with you, right? And it's okay. Now, when you call them, you've got to express to them that, listen, I'm very ethical, okay? And you've got to tell them. For instance, if I'm looking for, let's say, penthouses in downtown, and I call the agent, I'm going to tell him, like, listen, my buyer is looking for a penthouse in 3 buildings, okay? Why is the questions not coming up here? Yeah, okay. Okay, so I've got the questions here. So I'm going to tell the agents in a very, very point blank. Oh, people can send me a request to be in my video, yeah? Wow, sorry guys. This is our first live on Instagram, so we're just trying to have fun over here. So that's good. So I can take them as a guest or somebody. Next time, maybe we allow people to come online and ask me questions, okay? All right, guys, listen. Shall I reduce this volume here? Huh? They can join, yeah. Okay, good. I might let people join in. All right, guys, listen. Thanks for joining in, by the way. Hey, man, I'm very happy that people are joining in. I really appreciate this, guys. Listen, first time live on Instagram. So I want to thank all of you guys. Fatima Muhammad, Jinu, Hitzi, Rawal Ashraf, Jinu, Patka Fahad, Kashif Shamiruddin, Akib Zia Khan, Ali Chabar Fur, Hima Shablani, Tasnif Ray. Yes, Kamal, I'm going to answer your question. Explore Soul Powerful, Raza Khan 46. Hey, thanks everyone, guys. So check this out. So coming back to Akib's question, call them. I call them. I tell them, listen, I'm going to be looking for penthouses in these 3 buildings, okay? So maybe I'm looking for a penthouse in the address Boulevard, address downtown, address Dubai Mall, address Kairis. Pure, pretty simple. Or I'm looking for a 3-bedroom, okay? Now I tell them, listen, I have a mandate from a client. I'm looking for this. Now, you're the first one that I've called, but what I don't want to do is I don't want to call other people who have the same apartment. So I'm going to ask them, is this apartment exclusively listed with you? And they'll tell you, yes. That's how you don't have to worry about it. Then anybody else I call, they cannot offer this to me, right? They say yes. Now I'm going to say something to them. I'm going to say, please be very sure, because if you have 4204 listed with you, but it's not exclusive, and I call another agent, and they also have an apartment, and I set up 2 viewings without knowing who has what, you're going to put me in trouble. But because I've called you first, and you have 4204, I'm willing to work with only you, because that's how I roll. Because you are going to give me the information on the apartment first. Now, you've got to be a little bit careful. You've got to interview the other agent as well, because if they don't have it exclusive and they don't have a good relationship with the owner, you don't want to work with that agent, because he's going to put you in trouble. So you do want to work with the exclusive agent who has it exclusive with them. But now, if you've gone and done a viewing with the non-exclusive agent, you're ethically bound to do the deal with the exclusive agent. Like, you've got to take non-exclusive agent, you got to take care of them. All right, guys? The reason agents aren't working with you guys is because you're not doing it correctly with them, right? You've got to go in, earn their trust, tell them, listen, I'm not going to cheat you. I'm not going to steal your listing no matter what, right? And this happened recently to me. I'll share with you guys a story. Somebody was talking to me, and they're an agent, and they said, look, we were. So I called an agent, convinced them that let us do the viewing. And this agent did not want to do the viewing. He was from Pakistan. He'd been burned so many times. I said, listen, just respect, man. I've been in the industry for 10 plus years. We're not stealing your inventory. Don't worry, okay? Whether even we sign an A2A or doesn't, like you show it to us, it's yours. That's it. We share commissions, okay? We build the deal with you. He said, okay. Now, I didn't go for the viewing because somebody else went to the viewing, but what ended up happening was that agent set up two multiple viewings at the same time. So the other client, buyer, spoke to the other agent that went for a viewing and then said, hey, do you have something to sell as well, like a 3-bedroom or a 4-bedroom or a 1-bedroom or something like that? Now here's a question for you guys. All of the agents who are on this live, here's a question for you guys. If you went for a viewing and that agent was smart enough, actually not very smart, to set up two clients at the same time. Sometimes there's no window, so they've got to do it at the same time. And their buyer spoke to you and said, do you have a 3-bedroom? What is your ethical responsibility at this stage? What should you do? What do you think you should do? Any answers? Raza Khan, Explore Soul, Thanis Rifre, Akib. Do you want to answer? Mohammed Fazal, Jawad Kashir, hi. Do you have an answer for this? Or do you guys want me to give you an answer? Anybody can just type. Okay, I'll give you an answer. At this stage, if another agent's buyer approaches you because, hey Tipu, assalamu alaikum, how you doing, man? Thank you, okay. Friends joined in, so I'm happy. If you have another buyer who's with another agent speak to you directly, but they've done all the work to bring them there, guys, that's not your buyer, okay? You've got to tell the buyer, I do have some stuff that I can show you. You'd be very happy to look at it, but let's talk to your agent who's standing right here. Then you go to, let's say his name is John. Hey, John, your buyer, what's her name? Let's say her name is Anu. Okay, your buyer, Anu, you know, she doesn't like this 3-bedroom. I've got another 3-bedroom. I can show her that 3-bedroom. What do you think? Should we set it up? And then the agent says yes. So now you're pulling that. I would send back the buyer to the agent. Exactly, you've given a good answer. Okay, Jawad Kashir, I got your answer. Hidzi, you're right. Send it back to the buyer. Of course, in that moment, as a hungry agent who's looking to make money, you feel like, oh my God, I should take this buyer. Maybe I can make more money. Guys, listen, this is my personal experience. Never worked out for me. Has never worked out for me. Now, what has happened is I had an apartment that was not 10 years ago. And the buyer was working with another agent trying to buy that same specific property. Then the buyer called me directly, said, I'm very comfortable with you. The other agent doesn't have the information, is too young, is not helping me professionally. I step in, I close the deal. I do not owe anything to the other agent. They were not working directly with me on that particular buyer, okay? So you guys have that. Jawad Kashir, okay, you got a question. Tipu, do you have a question? Jawad Kashir, I want to know why many brokerage companies almost don't give visas. Isn't it illegal to hire someone on a visit visa? Kindly make a full video on that. Yes, it's illegal for companies to hire, make anybody work on a visit visa. Just to explain this part, okay? I think that the Dubai government is going to make some changes on this, okay? There is some, it's completely illegal. The reason that companies don't give a visa to start you out with is that it costs a company approximately $3,000, okay? Always a calculator, okay? So it costs a company, let's say 9,000 divided by 367. So $2,400, right? So essentially speaking, just to bring you on board costs a company to, let's say $3,000, okay? What companies don't want to do is they don't want to sink that cost in, because they feel that if they sink that cost in and you get up or leave, and during the probation period, both sides have every right to just say, sorry, we're not a good fit, see you later. They've lost, I'm just talking to you from their perspective, they lost $3,000. Obviously, I personally think that that's not correct. They should bring you because you have to be compliant to the legal ways of doing business in a country, right? So if you're doing business in Dubai, the government says, no, you should have everybody on a residence visa before they start working with you. The top big companies do that. They should be able to do that. Not every company, the smaller companies can't sometimes absorb the cost, or that's the way they think. I think the way they think is wrong, but I'm not judging them, okay? I'm just saying it takes some time for companies to grow to be able to offer a residence visa in the beginning, okay? But they should do that. But you understand that if you leave in the probationary period, if you're not a good fit, if you just can't wake up in the morning as a realtor and show up at work at 8:30, companies don't want to keep you around. They want you to, kind of like leave after that. Not leave, but they like, maybe you're not a good fit. Maybe you don't like them. Maybe they don't like you. They've lost $3,000, but maybe $3,000 is the cost of doing business and trying to hire people. That's fine. And they should try to go to the bigger, better companies. They will generally give you residence visas right at the start, right? And just to let you know, the residence visa process in Dubai is still a little bit long. Like, if you're stuck with a company, it's not like, Haji Suleiman, Assalamu alaikum. How you doing, brother? Okay, this is somebody who I used to work with in 2013, so 10 years. 10 years, my bro. So they don't do the visa because wave. Okay, why can you see the wave and I can't see the wave on this phone? Okay, we'll figure this out, guys. We're going to figure this out, okay? Everybody who's waved at me, I'm waving back at you guys, okay? Hadi Suleiman, I can see on that one that, maybe this just has the older version of Instagram on it. Okay, waving back, assalamu alaikum. Hi, guys. So, guys, listen. So, they don't do the visas, but it's a catch 2020. If you don't like them and they do a visa for you, getting things canceled and moving on super fast is not like, hey, I'm not coming tomorrow, see you later. There's still some work to be done. Robin Sunny, hello, sir. Okay, let me answer one of these questions from, Akib, you had another question, okay? Your other question was, I have a question, sir. Inshallah, success will come in my path sooner or later, inshallah. Sooner, don't say later. Allah will give it to you sooner if you want it sooner. If we continuously hold the rope of Allah, yes, that's correct, just relax. But have you ever faced any problems or issues because of your beard? As some of my relative friends asked me to remove my beard for better opportunities. Do these things really matter in Dubai? Although I will never do that, inshallah. Simple answer is no, okay? Obviously, you will know. Walaikum assalam, Mr. Fahd, Haji. Walaikum assalam. How are you doing? I hope you're well. Good to hear from you. So the simple answer, Akib Zia, about the beard is no. Okay, like you look at men generally look handsome with a beard. Even Sangha has a beard. He looks like Prabhu Deva. Even Prabhu Deva was rocking a beard always, and the beard's in right now, right? I'm very well, Haji. The beard's in right now, like so. Beard's kind of like the good thing to have, but we Muslim men, we generally have a beard for. Ayaz Kamal, oh, no, I won't. Sorry, thank you, Ayaz. I will take your question. Just give me 1 second. Let me answer this, finish answering this question, okay? So, we Muslim men, we have a beard because that's what our religion says we should do. God gave it to us. It's a sign of beauty for us. Guys, Assalamu alaikum. Hi, Ghassan. And so, don't worry too much about it, okay? Why you're asking these questions, perhaps you're at an early stage of your career, but I'm going to ask you to go back to the fundamentals, okay? Guys, listen. If you're working as a real estate agent, don't forget you're a human as well, right? If you're working as a camera person, don't forget perhaps you're a husband as well, right? So you've got responsibilities, roles, identities in all of those areas, right? So you go back to the fundamentals in every single area. Now, let's say my camera person, Sankar, is married, okay? So he's a husband as well, okay? He's the best camera guy, videographer, wins an Oscar. I'm just giving you an example. I hope he'll be an amazing husband. He's not married. But he's a very poor husband. Is that a good life? It wouldn't be, right, Sangha? Right? Sangha's like, don't take me as an example, please. But he would be an amazing husband, right? So, as a real estate agent, strive to be the best, but strive to be the best as a Muslim as well. And go back to fundamentals in both those areas. Why did you keep a beard in the first place? Looks like you're mentioned Allah, so you're a Muslim. So you kept it for your religion. Go back to the basic fundamentals. Seek your identity as a Muslim. Hold on to it as a strong person. don't let other things come in, because you're not going to, don't let other people tell you what you can, what you can't do. Obviously, keep it neat, keep it tidy, be clean, good smelling, be presentable, right? I'm not going to say like have a beard and, like, one of the things is about your own personal identity is that you should own your identity. So if you own your identity and you're comfortable with that, nobody is going to actually then be able to tell you you're not good, you're this or you're that, right? And this can actually flow across the board. Like I've seen people with good English do well, not so good English do very well as well, right? But then what if the people who couldn't speak good English kept thinking, oh my God, how will I ever work in this environment? How will I ever do anything? No, man. You'll be fine. If you are comfortable, people will be comfortable with you, okay? All right, Iyas Kamal, how much the maximum annual fee is charged by agent to renew the tenant leasing contract? See, I'll tell you, the renewal fees is generally between 500. I think it's generally stipulated at 500 dirhams, but agents charge 1,000 dirhams as well. I don't know if there's a government cap. I don't remember this. If there's a government cap on this, okay. Haji, I'm just looking at your comment. Thank you very much. I'll reply to that. So I don't think there's a government cap there, but now you've got to understand a little bit, okay? Generally speaking, agents put an admin fee of, I think, 500 dirhams or 1,000 dirhams. The reason they do this is because there's a lot of going, coming, getting documents signed, depositing checks, etc., etc. Okay, so sometimes agents are going to give you that kind of service where they actually come to you to get the document signed, they go back to get the document signed, and then they bring in the contract back to you. Okay, now, with the fuel cost, going, coming time, this can take 2, 3 hours, 4 hours, in total. Okay, and then they're going to split the fees with their company sometimes. Okay, sometimes you've got to go to the company office and do it, right? Perhaps in those scenarios, you might pay 500 dirhams or so on and so forth. If you're paying like an extremely high amount, maybe that might be of concern. But if you're not paying an extremely high amount, then it's going to be pretty okay. All right, guys. Haji, it's always been a pleasure to be there by your side and getting the best input for myself and best experience from my clients. Alhamdulillah, Haji. May Allah bless you. Thank you very much to you as well. Pleasure to be with you as well. All right, guys, I'm going to sign off and say goodbye. ZY has a question. I'm a UK resident. Can I get a mortgage in Dubai when buying property? What is the typical loan to value? 50%. As a non-resident in Dubai, you would generally get up to 50%, okay, on your first property. And then the second property, maybe 40%, so on and so forth. Talk to a good mortgage consultant, okay, guys? And there's some good Islamic banks that will also do it for you guys. So yes, you can just talk to a good mortgage consultant who can help you guys. All right, guys, listen. If you watch this live, if I've missed your questions, just put it in the comment section. I'll always, generally my team selects questions just like they did today, and then we'll answer those questions, okay? It actually helps for me to answer what you are looking for in terms of guidance. All right, guys. Ciao for now. See you next time. In the meantime, any questions, just put them in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer, all right? Bye-bye.